On May 30th of 2017, the video game Crossout released. After being in, I believe, an open beta for a while, it finally came out and it was on multiple platforms. It was a widely popular game, and you may have even seen it. Crossout is this game where you take little building blocks of parts and you combine them to make a car or a tank or a hover car or even a helicopter or whatever those weird things with legs are. And you use them to fight other players. You may have seen this game through other YouTubers, such as PewDiePie or Russian Badger, two very large YouTubers. But if you notice, in those videos, they have promo accounts. What a promo account does is that if you have enough subscribers and are willing to make videos, you can get yourself a promo account. And what having a promo account does is you get almost unlimited parts and access to every single DLC pack. The goal of this is to convince viewers that when you are playing this game, you will have access to tons and tons of items and you can build the same wacky machines that they do. But if you have ever played Crossout like I have, you will notice immediately that this is not the case. This is misleading, and I'm going to get into exactly how predatory and how microtransaction filled and how pay to win this game is. As you can see, as soon as you load up the game after you get through the main menu and you go into the game, it shows this little news feed. Not something very uncommon, it's pretty common in most video games to see a news thing. But you'll see that they show their battle pass. They show, I think these are both the same battle pass. It's mostly battle passes and occasionally new game modes in the news tab. Now, you'll immediately see your car, or if you have gone through the tutorial, what you'll notice up here is that there are two currencies. This is called Cross Crowns, which is sort of like the gems of this game, the V-Bucks, the thing that you have to pay money to access. And then here are the coins, which you can, of course, also buy with money. But here's where the interesting comes in. You can get them for in-game things. You can sell your in-game items for coins. You can do that in the market, which is grayed out. You have to unlock that. But if you don't know that, you can go to the shop and you can just buy them. What you may be noticing, though, is that there is no money counter here. There is no dollar sign. That is because in order to purchase coins, you need cross crowns. And here's something to keep in mind. In most games, like Fortnite and even Roblox and a couple other games, when you buy the in-game currency, it is usually 1,000 is $10. So, every cent is one little thing. But here, you'll notice that 30 cross crowns is a whole $3 USD. If you want 1,000 of these cross crowns, you need $100, which means they're only worth a tenth of what a normal in-game currency is worth. And I believe this is on purpose. So when you go in here and you're like, oh, 500 coins? That's only 100 little things. That's like $1. I just pay $10. No, 100 cross crowns is $10. $10 for 500 coins is not that much. And you'll notice that a lot of things, including skins and even paints, are only purchasable through cross crowns. You cannot buy them directly. This is to trick you into thinking, oh, 80 coins? That's probably not that much. And you'll go ahead and you'll buy it, and you'll find out that 80 coins is like $8. $8 for what is a skin on a gun that you probably don't even have. When you buy these skins, you do not obtain the original item. You only get the skin for the item, so you still have to go out of your way and find these items. Here's something even more interesting. On top of cross crowns and coins and skins, there is what is considered a premium pass. Premium, you cannot buy permanently, and you have to buy them by the day. So there's a 3-day, a 1 week, a month, a 3-month, and a year. But it's not a continuous subscription, unlike most things like Fortnite Crew. You have to buy them again through Cross Crowns. And you may be thinking, that's not that bad. What does Premium do? Does it give you free items? Does it, give you cool cosmetics? Do you gain an access to a new game mode? No. What Premium does is give you more XP. And you may be thinking, oh, that's not that bad. The problem is, when you do not have Premium, earning XP is painfully slow. And they do that so that you are convinced into buying Premium. I will show footage here of how much XP you get for winning a match. And I think here is where the worst of the worst is. Again, we have a bunch of packs. These are packs. They are a series of parts put together in a pre-built blueprint. You get to keep the parts and you can build them without whatever else. But a lot of parts in this game are limited to the packs. You cannot get them anywhere else. You have to buy the pack. So if you want a specific weapon, you want a specific cabin, you want a specific wheel, you might have to buy one of these packs. And again, Predatory Cross Crowns. For most of them you can only buy through Cross Crowns. This one says its base price is 899 Cross Crowns. That is almost $80. 80 United States dollars for this pack, which is a cabin, one gun, and a few miscellaneous parts and 4 wheels. There's no way that's worth $80. To give an example of how bad the microtransactions are, this is all the DLC on Steam. $30, $30, $30, $30, $30, $30, $30, $70, $30, $60, $30, $40, $60, $30, $30, $60, $30, $30, $10, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 16, 30, 30, 50, 10, 10, 30, 30, 30, 30, $1,099.66 for all the DLC in Crossout. You can buy a whole gaming rig with keyboard, mouse, monitor, PC, and all for less than that. $1,099.66 worth of DLC on Steam. That is ridiculous.